Hey, what's up everybody? In today's video, we'll be installing a set of Pioneer A-Series mass components in the front door of a 2005 ES330 Lexus. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm in the car, and before I get the speakers swapped out, let's go ahead and give a listen to how the factory speakers sound. Now keep in mind the front speakers are blown out, so that's going to be the distortion that you hear. For the music, I'll be playing no copyright R&B sound from Monetization Instrumental. And yes, the Versus was this weekend, so now YouTube is pushing this stuff on me. But hey, I'm probably gonna end up watching it. So let's take a listen. The removal of the door panel should be just taking off this right here, this clip right here, and then lifting up on this, and this will expose a Phillips head here, a Phillips head here, and I should be able to just pull up on the door panel to get it removed. That is the Phillips head number 1, Phillips head number 2. Alright, so with the door panel off, we can see the factory speaker, which is very obviously blown. 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws we're going to get out, unplug the factory harness, and we'll get the new speakers in here. So with these being universal brackets, you're going to want to mess with it and move things around just to see which one will work best. I found that this one works best, so I'll be trimming off these pieces right here just to cut off any excess plastic that I won't need. This is our factory tweeter location, so it's 1, 2, 3 screws. We'll get that tweeter out of there. Ideally, the tweeters in your component set would have a hole in the back you can screw into them. Then you can use this same factory bracket to put them back into the door panel. Unfortunately, these Pioneer tweeters do not have that, but what they do have is this bracket. So this bracket is a universal fit bracket. You kind of just slide it in place, and as you can see, we'll be able to screw our screw there, and then in there as well. If I can get the camera to pick it up. Back in the factory position. But first, in order to do that, we have to get the tweeter to mount into this bracket. Let me show you how to do that. In your bag, you will have this bag of screws, or should I say in your box. This bag of screws with this sticky foam. These are for your tweeters. These are the screws that you will use for your tweeter. So you're gonna put this base here and screw that into this hole here, like this. Using one of the provided screws. And if you see this base kind of has an offset right there, that's because the screw will go down there, the tweeter wires will fall out through there, and then this tweeter will just clip into the base. Let me get one done and show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like once it is complete. So the screw is going through the back and holding the base of that tweeter pod to this bracket. The wire has gone through that bottom opening, and the tweeter is secured onto that pod. So to be honest, this feels a little weird. I'm hoping it stays on there. Alright, so we reinstall in the factory location using the factory screws. This thing is on there, good as factory. We leave our wire out because this is going to connect to the wire coming from our subwoofer with the crossover. So this part is done. Alright, the speaker is screwed onto its base and it is ready to be installed. But since I have the speaker out and I do have some leftover sound deadener, I'm going to go ahead and apply the sound deadener to this area here. Since I have it and the speaker's off, do it once, might as well do it right. Alright, so the way these speakers hook up is you've got one side without any terminals on it, and that's what's going to connect to your factory speaker wiring. On the back side, there are some spade terminals, one thin, one fat. You cannot mess it up. The all black line is negative, the black and white line is the positive. That runs over to your crossover. And same thing here, well, not the same thing because you don't have one thin, one fat, but you have one male, one female, and that's going to connect into your tweeter line up top. Now on Toyotas, the speaker wires are pink and purple. According to this diagram I found online, the pink is positive, purple will be my negative. I didn't buy the adapters, so I'm just going to tap into these and do some shrink wrap, some heat wrap, make sure it's all good. So there is a connection that has 4 wires like this. One of them is going to be just a tweeter one that goes from here to this, which won't have any sound. The other one is the one that goes to the speaker and does have sound. So you want to tap into the connection with the 2 pink and 2 purple. One of them is going to be the actual sound. And then yeah, so once I get this heat shrink on there with the solder, then I'm just going to run up my wire to my tweeter, repeat on the other side, we'll be good to go. I had trouble putting my door panel on, and if you see here, that screw sticks out just enough to get in the way. So you're going to need a little Dremel, or at least for the Lexus you will, to cut that screw off, to try to keep this as flat as possible, so you can get your door panel back on without issues. Speakers are installed. Let's go ahead and give them a listen. Let's go. On the reviews, one of the things that people really liked about these speakers was that they were able to kind of give some decent bass. A lot of times whenever you replace your factory speakers with aftermarket speakers, you'll lose some of that bass simply because, you know, you'll get a stiffer coned speaker that requires more power to kind of, you know, give you that little bit of bass. And I can't say, just real quick, just going off of this one beat, I can hear a little bit of bass in there, and it's a nice pleasant sound inside. I'm gonna drive around with them for a while and give y'all a real good review. As of right now though, as y'all saw, my other speakers were busted, so of course it's a step up. But once I drive around with them with a couple of weeks, I can give you guys a real good in-depth review on what I think about them. But for now, sound good. Thanks for watching. Until next time, y'all stay safe out there.